Welcome back, Not Exactly Experts, for another episode. Thank you guys for tuning in again. We've got another topic, a little different than last time. Last time we talked about drones. If you haven't seen the crazy drones that have been flying around the Midwest, around Kansas, Colorado, Nebraska, we chatted about that last episode. Check it out. But this time, we're talking casino lawsuits, and one in particular. One in particular, we have an individual suing a casino in Ontario for $260,000, claiming that the casino should have been aware of his compulsive gambling and alcohol addiction. So, more to come on that. But first, let me introduce our guest today. We have back on the show Nashville Recording Artist and impersonation extraordinaire, Brock Wagoner.
What's up,
Brock,
y'all?
What's up, man?
Dude, so glad to be back. Thanks again. I love this. This is awesome.
Glad you can join us. We're looking forward to some more, impersonations. We were chatting before the show. It sounds like you've got a few more up your sleeve. So, feel free to roll them out as we go through the show.
I'll do my best.
Whatever feels appropriate.
Rusty, tell us more about the topic. Tell our listeners and viewers kind of like what's going on real quick. You brought this topic to our attention, and then let's dive right into this because I think we have some polarized opinions here.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at goofy headlines and I catch this one, and I guess it shouldn't shock me anymore because it seems like you can sue people for anything. But that one caught my attention. I'm like, who the heck is going to sue a casino and actually win? So I dive more into it, and the guy's, he has some good points, but I can't side with him at all. But pretty much what he's saying is that the casino went above and beyond for him. Like, he went back and forth from home in a couple days. They paid for all of his taxi rides to get back to the casino. They made no effort to, I guess, investigate him and do a background check to see that he had a gambling problem, and he thinks that's why he went and spent $260,000. I just think it's ridiculous. Like, you have to be responsible.
He got the red carpet treatment, it sounds like.
That's what happens when you spend $200,000 at a casino. They take care of you. They want you to come back.
If they're in Canada, do they, like, instead of like a limo, do they put you like on a snowmobile? Is that kind of like
or a moose?
It's like,
I thought you rode a moose. Yeah, you get like 8.
Because that's what Canadian hospitality is all about.
So Rusty, it sounds like you're saying no, like you're an idiot. You lost the money. It's your own problem.
Yeah, I mean, you have to take personal responsibility for it. Like, in the same aspect, if he had won the money, say he won $200,000. Does the casino have the right to come back and say, well, we should have stopped you, give it back to us? No. What's the difference?
Look, I am going to side with the guy because this is a situation as if someone is drinking in a bar and if they are wasted, what does the bar do? They stop serving them. They can see the telltale signs, and so they quit serving them alcohol. Now, is there so obviously there is complete responsibility of the hotel to be paying attention to that. They should have seen that, okay, this guy, and like you said, he's obviously drunk, he's losing money, he's lost money back-to-back days, and they have done nothing. And look, if you're spending $100K in a hotel or a casino, guess what? You're going to be noticed. You drop $100K, you're gonna make a blip, and especially in Ontario, Canada, which I haven't heard. Is it the Vegas of the North? I don't think so. It's Canada.
First of all,
well, we know what side you're on.
Yes,
I will say this to your example with the bar, seeing a guy that's drunk and they have to stop giving him alcohol. That's because he can go kill somebody. He can go get in a car, drive drunk, and kill a bunch of people. Like, it's typically not about his safety. There's nothing with that with the casino. He's just spending his money, which is what casinos are about. You go and you gamble money.
Yeah, and also, a bartender does not bring you a drink. a waiter or a waitress brings you a drink. So therefore, if they go and serve you a drink, doesn't matter because it's not the bar's fault, essentially.
I think it's a bar's responsibility to know when someone has had enough. And I've
But
seen
this
it.
is a
I've seen
casino.
it.
Hey, but do bars let known drunks come in and keep serving them alcohol night after night after night?
That's a whole that's a whole different situation we're talking
They
about.
do.
Because it's small.
How is that
town.
any different?
Okay, Brock, go ahead. You have
Well, what if a person, say, has a medical issue and that's the way they talk, that's the way they carry themselves? If the bartender or the bar can't assume that that person's drunk, they could have another lawsuit on their hands there. Like, oh, he thought I was drunk and I have a medical disability. Like, where do you draw the line between that? You know what I mean?
I think it is their responsibility to come up, talk with the person. It's like, hey, do you have a ride home? Are you going to take Uber? Do you have a friend here? Someone going to come get you?
What bar does that?
Yeah, no kidding.
Exactly.
I
Kick
don't
you
know.
out and say, call Uber.
I don't hang around a lot of party people like you guys. We're all going to be in bed here in the next half an hour. So I would imagine that there's somebody there, and maybe just because I'm just an optimist, there's some to check up on them or to say something. It's like, hey, sir, are you okay? Like, do you need a ride home? Do you need us to call a cab for you?
At a bar or at this casino?
Maybe at a bar.
Okay, well,
Like
this
I
is
said,
not a bar. This is a casino. So let's
Now,
talk casino.
At the casino, I would figure
getting
that
off
something
topic here.
because Rusty said the guy was drunk, right?
He was.
He was drinking.
He's claiming he was overserved alcohol, which encouraged his gambling habit.
That falls on the casino.
This
falls on the casino.
See,
Because
here's my thought. Go ahead.
If you are personally loading somebody up with alcohol because you know you're going to get more money out of them, that falls on the casino. Because if you know, it's like, hey, this guy spends a little more if he has like 3 or 4 Jack and Cokes, just keep going over there. Especially if you know he just like the night before this guy spent $100K. If he comes back the next day, you're gonna know who he is. Like, hey, let's kind of focus on him a little bit. Casinos don't care at all about people.
They are in the money-making business.
Exactly.
They have to care about them. They want them there to spend the money.
Exactly. So guess what they do? Load them up with alcohol, and then it's like, yeah, just come on back. Do you see any signs at casinos that say, hey, do you have a gambling problem? Probably should call this number. Yeah, it's in the bathrooms. Don't worry, anybody can see them.
But guess what? If they didn't serve people alcohol, people wouldn't go and gamble. It's like they go hand in hand. It's the same reason why they allow smokers in there. It's the same thing. That's what people that gamble and gamble a lot of money do. That's just part of it.
I have drank some in my life, and I've never had the urge to gamble.
Well, this guy
thanks.
did.
You just proved our point.
260 grand.
Even if I had that money, I don't think I could do that.
You just proved my point, though. You just said you've drank a lot in your life and you never had the urge to gamble. So this guy has no reason to say it was the alcohol that caused him to do it. Thank you.
But obviously he has a problem, but the casino saw that the night before and took advantage of it.
Guess what? Walk in the casino and tell them, I have a problem. Everybody would know.
Who does that?
Exactly. He shouldn't have to. He's responsible for himself.
I'm actually siding with Jarrett here, and I'm taking the guy's side. And here's why. One, he has a history, a criminal history, right? He has a felony on his record. He's gone in multiple times. Like Jarrett said, he comes in and is basically lays down a bunch of cash on the table. You don't think a casino knows who you are when you drop 40 grand down? They're looking up everything about you. Has nobody seen Ocean's 11? Come on, people. Like, they know everything about you.
Everything you guys bring up is about movies. Everything I learned about life, I learned from the television. My God, it's all true.
But there's a reason people get kicked out of casinos for counting cards. They have cameras. They know you are being watched everywhere you go. They know how many drinks he had. I think they had a responsibility and they fell short. The dude was a mess up.
Do you really expect someone to walk up and go gamble? Like, do they have their fingerprint? Like, how does the casino that he walked in know that he's got a criminal record? Like, did it say in the report that he had a criminal record? Like, and that casino that he's suing knew about that?
If he has a criminal record, they likely had a face print. My guess is they can pull something up and be like, oh, okay, this is Bobby Bo
Do you
Billy.
really think a casino has that access?
I think they do. And I think actually if they wanted to, I'll bet you this casino knows who's flying those drones.
They probably do.
And look, I said, and first said it, if you're dropping $200K, the casinos are going to try to find out who you are. So the next time you walk in, they're like, oh, well, good to see you again, Mr. Robertson. I'm like, I've never introduced myself to any of these people, but it's sure nice. So I'm going to keep coming here. And I do want to point this out. As much as we are making fun of this guy, it is an extremely sad tale because he was actually in the hole like $350K at another hotel. He tried to commit suicide by jumping in front of a city truck. The truck hit him, didn't kill him. He sued the city. He won, and then he took his winnings of $500K and gambled it again and lost again. So yes,
and you're telling me they don't know who this guy is? How do they not know who this guy is? They have to know.
So they have to do a background check, investigation, and every single person that walks in the door and gambles money.
No, but
it's not like he put $1 million
on a table.
Dude, for a casino, 40 grand is nothing. Nothing. Have you been to Vegas?
Probably a lot.
Dude, they go there and there's Asians putting down millions every freaking night. 40,000 is nothing.
This is Canada.
Any casino does that. I guarantee. If you go to Hollywood Casino right down the block from you, there are people putting down lots of money. This is baloney.
No, there's not people dropping not people dropping 40 grand in KCK. I guarantee you that.
Guarantee there is.
Not left and right. And I'll bet you the people who are, they know everything about it. I'll bet you they know everything about the people who are dropping 40K.
Oh, yeah.
I'll raise you a water bottle cap.
A question for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Well, let's bring up another scenario. A guy goes to McDonald's every single day. He's obese. He buys a Big Mac and the biggest fries, the biggest drink there is. And eventually, let's say 2 or 3 years down the road, he does this every single day. He dies from being obese and eating McDonald's every day. Does he have a right to sue McDonald's and say, you should have not sold me that freaking food?
The lady, if I recall correctly, who was served hot coffee, sued and won.
Stop.
I'm not saying
I want to talk about that. I want to talk
I'm
about that
saying,
real quick.
should he?
Rusty,
You guys don't believe in responsibility. Nothing is your own fault when you do it. It's just everybody else's fault.
Here's the other thing. Jarrett's going crazy, but McDonald's is not serving alcohol. Look, at some point, I don't want to stick on it a long time, but going back to the bar example, you should know when enough is enough and you need to cut them off and be like, hey, look, no more alcohol.
Or just serve him water. Here's a double windmill on the rocks.
Double windmill on the rocks.
You guys are saying the only reason he should deserve the money is because he was drunk. That's what you're telling me. That's what you're telling me.
No, I'm saying the reason he deserves the money is because the casino was taking advantage of him.
That's what all casinos do. Casinos take advantage of us because they have the upper hand on every single game you play. You're hoping and praying that money you put in comes back to you. And if you go there thinking it's going to, you're going to be sorely mistaken. Everybody's a sucker when they go in a casino. That's just part of it.
But you make even more irrational decisions when you're drunk. And if a casino knows that someone has a gambling problem, has an alcohol problem, and they're pushing alcohol down his throat.
Here's the thing. You guys are making it sound like they were giving him a drink every 5 minutes. Was he creating was he making fights? Was he yelling on the top of his lungs that he's going to kill terrorists? Like what was
going on?
Because
he would have been
if I would have had 2 beers, I would have been like, hi, how are you gonna say?
Exactly. If he was acting really weird, they probably would have kicked him out.
Hit me. No,
That right.
21. 21.
I also like to live dangerously.
Well, obviously, this is something that it seems like he's got a good chance of winning because, to my understanding, this is an old lawsuit. It actually started in 2013 and was in kind of the small courts. It's now gone up to Canada's Supreme Court for a decision, which is why this is now making news headlines again. So it doesn't look like it's a cut and dry case, and you know the casino's going to win this.
Okay, I got a few wrap it up questions. So again, just like last time, I want
Yeah.
short answers from everybody. First question, do you think he deserves to win the case? Gopher.
Yeah.
Jarrett.
Yes.
Brock.
Negative.
It's definitely a no for me. Next question.
He was
No,
pushed
no.
alcohol.
No.
We are on
Moving
a very tight
Moving on.
schedule.
Yep. Next question. Do you think he deserves punitive damages? So he's not only suing them to get back the money that he lost gambling. He wants another $500,000 for punitive damages. Do you think he deserves that?
I don't know, because obviously we're talking about it. The national media is talking about it. His name is in all the newspapers. You don't think that anybody has reached out to him, found his phone number, found his mail, and called him an idiot and threatened him?
Don't sue the casino. It's his prerogative. Take responsibility.
Now, you know what,
Doesn't
Rusty,
deserve
for that
punitive
comment,
damage.
yes, he deserves all the pain and suffering money. Absolutely. Hand and fist. Yeah. Fight
Settled.
the man.
I'm with Jarrett.
Brock.
Yep.
Dude, I don't know. I think he's kind of a big baby, really. I mean, like, you're already getting if he
You
wins
better
the
be
case,
careful. He's going to sue you.
Yeah. Freedom of speech in the United States, baby.
This
Yeah.
is Canada.
I don't think he's going to get that kind of money out of it. I think if he does win, which I highly doubt it, if he does win, he might get his money back, but I don't think it's happening.
All right. Next question. Should the casinos be responsible for policing over gambling? I guess we'll call it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
If you're going to get, like I said, and Fur pointed out, if you're going to police like card count, if you're going to police yourself from losing money, you should do a little policing about gaining money and how
Both
you're getting
ways.
it.
That's a great
I think
point. They're
it's-
quick
I think
to
it's
kick out someone who's winning, but
First of all, they
Yep.
can kick him out, but they can't sue him. There's a big difference in there. I can't. It's not illegal,
it's-
so I can't go and
I think
sue
it's a
somebody for
conflict of
counting
interest
cards.
because a casino is a business. Like, nobody's going to kick somebody out if they're making money off you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's a business. I don't think they're going to do that.
But they lose one person. It's not like this guy is
Do you
90%
realize,
of
though,
their income. They're going to have
court-
other people come in. It's
Court
not-
but
cases
not that are
court
going to drop
cases set precedent.
$270,000.
Court cases set precedent. So if this guy wins, that means every single person out there is going to now sue a casino every time that they lose big money and say, "Oh, they served me too much alcohol." It's BS.
I will add that the Ontario Gaming Control Act of 1992 stipulates that an operator of a casino should not permit entry to individuals who appear to be intoxicated.
Well, he wasn't drunk. They let him in and then they gave him alcohol.
Maybe he was drunk before he got in.
Maybe he can hide it
Didn't
really
say
well.
that.
I think
Didn't
he's
say
got a
that in the
case.
Maybe he's got a disability.
Maybe
Okay,
he's on
I got
maybe he's
two-
on
two
medication.
more
He
questions.
seems kind of sleepy.
Two more questions.
Okay.
Okay. Would you side with him more if you learned that he was diagnosed with a mental illness? No, so not drunk. Let's say he's got a mental illness. Would you side more with him?
Well,
I think the courts would.
I think the courts would as well. I don't know.
That even paints a worse picture for the casino, because if he has a mental illness, which addiction is kind of a mental illness.
He tried
shouldn't
to
be taking
jump in
advantage
front
of
of a bus. He has a mental illness.
Yeah, he tried to kill himself.
He should have
So the
sought
casino
help.
should not be taking
Seek help.
advantage of it.
Maybe the casinos need to get together and like all start sharing paperwork about the people that walk through their freaking front doors.
There you
There
go.
we go. Glad you're joining our side.
Yeah, like Ocean's
Don't
11.
do it, Brock. Okay, last question. This is a little bit more lighthearted. How
Correct.
much money do you personally have to lose in one sitting to walk away? Like, what would be your maximum?
Okay, so like I work hard for my money, so like I'm not a big gambler. Again, like the most gambling I do is like actually I would actually bump it to 20. I would bump it to 20. Dude, I don't like seeing $100 just like go to a piece of machinery. It's just like, wow, I should have just put it in the paper shredder, you know?
It's entertainment.
Yeah. It might have been more entertainment. Look, I put down $100 at a casino to learn how to play craps, lost it in about 12 minutes, if that, and I don't ever want to gamble again.
Yeah.
Jarrett?
Most lost at a casino was $20, and it was at the roulette wheel. And which was worse, it was an electronic roulette wheel, so they know what people, you could see what people bet. So obviously the roulette wheel would go roulette wheel. And
the casino needs the casino needs to be kicking you out already.
He hasn't even had
even say the name.
Drink of alcohol.
I will put 20 on roulette wheel. Wed roulette.
Be very, very quiet. I want to play the craps machine and the roulette table.
So good. I guess I beat all of you. I think probably $200 or $300 in one night on blackjack or something, roulette.
So one thing we've established is none of us are experts when it comes to the casinos and our own money.
I think sure we're experts in anything.
But I tell you, if you pay the penny slots, which is you bet pennies, they'll still bring you free drinks.
I like your hand motions too when you're like, "Ooh, this is what they do if you play the penny slots."
I'll take another Mai Tai, please.
Could you leave it with 2 ice cubes instead of 3? I don't like my drinks very watery.
I think I'm going to switch to the Chardonnay.
All right. We need to do the Neek of the Week, the not exactly expert clip of the week. So for this week, I don't know how closely you guys have followed Tesla in the news, but they made a big announcement over in China and starting to do business over there. Elon Musk, the CEO for Tesla, was excited and did a little dance.
Yes.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Elon is an expert at trying to disrupt the industry and create, the electric vehicles. Let me see if you guys think he's an expert when it comes to dancing.
Okay. So he's throwing off his coat, doing walk like an Egyptian. He's pretty excited now. Oh man.
He's stealing all my dance moves.
Oh man. This is Rusty drunk at a wedding. This is
I'm way better drunk.
Wow. And he's got that, and he's dressing like those. You see those guys in the front rows of the NBA, and they give out the shirts, and like during the playoff games, and they have the collared shirts, and they put the T-shirts over the collared shirts. I mean, what is just don't wear the shirt, man.
Well, Brock,
you got anything? Any fun impressions to send us off?
I love you guys.
No, thanks again for having me on. Let me continue to not be an expert. I like it.
You are an expert. That's why we have you on, to try and level things out with us.
I don't know. I just I like to sit back and just like listen to it, give my 2 cents, and then don't gamble anymore.
There you have it. Don't gamble anymore. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share all our videos on social media. Have a good week. We'll see you next time.
Walk like an Egyptian.